right, buckle up, everyone. I'm about to get weird. I think I know a little something about being hairy. And the thing is, this hair, it didn't grow in with old age. Oh no, it started growing in around 5th grade, and it's been about this full since I was in 7th grade. So when I hear people say stuff like, oh, we have to protect the children, the sweet and innocent children, I can't help but think, fuck the children. They're not sweet, they're not innocent, they're cruel and merciless. I know all about the evil that lurks in children's hearts. So I was the kid that was beat up every day for his lunch money. I was the kid who was chased home from the bus stop, pinned down to the ground, deep pants, and spit on by groups of little shits. And every day I dreaded gym class. I was always mortified that there might be an activity that would require me to take off my shirt. It was already bad enough being in shorts. The nicknames were endless. Gorilla Greg, Sasquatch, Hairy Legs, Carpetback. I don't remember all of them, but the worst was how girls would look at me like I was a monster, which is why I always really liked monster movies, because I related and identified with the monsters. The Wolfman, Frankenstein's monster, the creature from the Black Lagoon. The only thing they wanted was to be loved and accepted. They never would have killed anyone if someone would just touch their fucking penis every once in a while. So 8th grade came around and I was just sick and tired of being teased, so I shaved my entire body and immediately learned that as bad as it was to be hairy in middle school, it was even worse to come in and have everyone find out that you shaved yourself because you were being bullied over it. And there was one asshole named Brian, and I'm not changing his name because he was such an asshole, and he could play the guitar, and he wrote a song about me that he performed at the 8th grade year-end talent show. I know a kid whose name is Greg. Greg likes to shave his legs. The boys all beat him in and out. The girls just stand there, laugh and shout. And then the final verse, I don't remember the lyrics, but it was about me coming to school with my father's gun and killing some people before I committed suicide in the hallways. So I went into high school with every asshole singing that shit to me in the fucking hallways. And then Columbine happened, and the entire student body had collectively acknowledged that I was being picked on. And the answer to that was to be terrified of me, and so I was forced into doing weekly therapy sessions with this school counselor, and it was really insulting and humiliating because I wasn't some brooding trench coat mafia type. I was on stage crew. I was on the drama club. I was the editor of the school paper. Now, I'm not saying any of this led to a generally misanthropic worldview where I don't trust people, and I'm not insecure at all, but I remember the first time that I was almost intimate with a young woman, and we were getting into some awkward high school hot and heavy petting, and our shirts come off. And I'll never forget the look of absolute terror in her eyes when she saw me shirtless and the cringe-inducing rejection that followed. And that was not an isolated incident. That shit followed well into my 30s. And senior year of high school comes around, and for graduation, my family sent me out on this 2-month-long group backpacking trip through Europe. Now, we weren't rich. This was 2001. 9/11 wasn't a thing, and George Bush Jr. had only been in office for a few months, so he hadn't destroyed our country and ruined our economy yet. You could backpack through Europe for 2 months for $1,500. So I was really excited, but also really scared because I had seen a lot of teen sex comedies, and I knew the probability of skinny dipping on a beach was pretty high, and I did not want to be the gross, hairy kid. And I could not deal with another rejection like what I had been dealing with. And at the time, there was a product called Nair. I don't think it's around anymore, and for good reason. But back then, there was commercials on television every night, and it was a hair removal spray. And on the commercials, there was this nurse-looking woman with a bottle of it. It looked like Windex. And she's just spraying down this ungodly, beastly George Costanza-looking motherfucker. And then she takes a towel and magically wipes away his back hair like a dry erase board. I mean, it was incredible. It had to be too good to be true because it was, but I ordered it, and I had every intention of getting rid of all my back and ass hair before going to Europe. And for those of you under 30, there was a time before Amazon. When you order something off television, it might take weeks or months before it arrived in the mail. So it came in the day before my trip. And I went up to the bathroom, I'm really excited, and I read the instructions, and it's a lot like bleaching your hair. Shower, dry off, apply product, wait 15 minutes, remove product. So I spray myself down, I wait 15 minutes, I take the towel, nothing wipes off. So I spray a whole lot more on, and I wait 25 minutes. And some hair does come out. Not a lot, not even half of it, but now I'm spraying the whole bottle, and this time I wait a half hour. And at one point, my back starts tingling. And almost instantaneously, it turns into unbearably bad burning, and I'm screaming bloody murder, so my mother comes charging into the bathroom, and I'm in my underwear, and she sees my back, and then she starts screaming. So she turns on the shower and moves me into the water, and what you have to understand is, this was a chemical burn. Nair was essentially a diluted acid. And if you've seen the movie Fight Club, you know that water will not neutralize a chemical burn. In fact, it'll make a lot worse. So the moment the water hit my back, it made a sound not unlike pouring milk onto your Rice Krispies. And I am screaming bloody murder. The water is actually washing away a lot of my back hair, along with a whole shit ton of skin. And because I had seen Fight Club, I'm yelling at my mother to go get milk and baking soda. She runs out, comes back, like, after grabbing whatever she could find in the kitchen, and she's pouring milk on me, throwing flour at my back, and I think she cracked a couple fucking eggs on me. And when all was said and done, my back looked like scorched earth, like the backdrop for the next Mad Max film. And there was debate about whether or not I needed to go to the ER. I couldn't sleep, I couldn't lay down on my back, could barely sit in a chair. And the next day, I had a 3-hour drive to JFK Airport before I took a 12-hour flight to Germany. I still have vivid nightmares about that flight. I was in pain for the whole trip and was still too ashamed and embarrassed to take my shirt off. College came around. Things weren't really that much better. People who tell you that things get better with age, they're full of bullshit. Things don't get better. The world doesn't magically become nice. We're all still the same awful shits that we were in 7th grade. You know, bullies grow up and they continue being bullies, and maybe they'll carry fucking tiki torches in Virginia. But what does come with age is a toughness, a thickness of skin, a general lack of fucks to care. And I'm at a point where I don't care. I mean, I'm up here shirtless on stage, and it's pretty goddamn cathartic. And I still go to the pool and beach. I still get weird looks. I see people looking at me. It's like, oh, he's getting into the water, isn't he? Oh, I hope there's no bugs in there that's gonna crawl out, and fuck them, don't care. In my 30s, I still might find myself with a woman for the first time, and I can see the look of repulsion on her face, and she might be like kind of like batting at me. Greg, I think we're moving quickly. I think we should be friends. And it doesn't hurt anymore, because fuck it. There's an easy solution. Not gonna call her again. I'll find someone who does find me attractive. That's life. Gotta be tough. Thank you.